Okay, good evening everyone. Welcome to the first class of Reading 4. This is our first meeting and I hope that everyone can attend tonight, but actually there are only 2 students come in this class. Well, based on my attendance list, we have 9 students in this class. Okay, now there are 3 students come. First of all, before we start our lesson, let me introduce myself. Oh yeah, it's okay, Mbak Ika. Some students will come late because they are still working. I know, you are very hard worker. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Dani. And for this semester, I am responsible to teach Reading 4 for students in the 4th semester. Is it correct that all of you comes from the 4th semester?
Sorry, Miss.
Yeah. Hello, Mbak Etik.
Hello, Miss Dani.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How about you?
Oh, I'm good too. Actually, where is your friends? We have 9 students, right?
In our lines group, some of them tell us when they will become late because they are still working. Some of them haven't finished the job.
Oh, okay. Some of them still working now. Okay, but can we start the class now? I'm going to record, so if some of you cannot join the day, you can watch on YouTube.
Oh, sure, Miss.
Okay. Baiti, would you mind to mute your speaker?
Okay, yes.
Thank you.
Let me.
Okay. First, my first question is, do you have this book, the Reading 4 book, all of you? Do you already have this book?
No, some of us don't have Miss because because the UT Pusat don't give us the models.
Oh, they haven't sent it to you?
Yes. And for this semester, the UT Pusat give us the digital, dan aja digital. So we have to download it. Some of them say when they are still cannot to download it. But I have it because I borrow from the next semester, the first of semester. Dari kakak kelas nih, aku pinjamnya dari kakak kelas gitu.
Okay, Mbak. So, how many students have the book already?
I know when this for in our class only 3% got it.
Oh, only 2 students already have the book. Okay, maybe next meeting I will ask the academic about this. So all of you already have the book, so we can discuss it. It's okay. We can discuss about my presentation. Okay, first, because you already are in the Reading 4, it means that you are advanced learner. Do you know the difference between beginner and advanced? I believe that since all of you have passed the 3rd semester, so this is your 4th semester, you already understand a lot of words of English. Now, as we know that reading in English, there are 4 skills like listening, reading, speaking, and writing. And some of those two skills are productive skills and receptive skills. Do you know the difference between productive skill and receptive skills? Let me write it. So there are productive skills and receptive skills. Productive skills mean that skills that we produce by ourselves, and receptive skills that something that we earn from others. For example, productive skills is speaking and writing. So you produce some sentences, both oral or written, and receptive skills are reading and listening. So before you speak and before you write, you must read and listen first. And reading does not merely reading, but you need some skills. So even you can read, but if you read in other languages, you need some special skills. And in this class, we will learn what skills that we need to have. The first one, there are some reading strategies that we have to learn, so we can save time when we understand some text. Do you know what I mean when I speak English? Before we continue, is it okay if I speak in English all the class, or you want me to speak in Indonesia too?
I think. How about you? This is Ika.
How about the others? May I listen your voice? How about the others? Do you agree if I speak English all the time, or you want me to mix the language?
I think we mix the language, miss, because we are just a beginner to learn English, so we know all of the vocabulary knowledge.
Okay, thank you for your response. Okay, so saya akan combine ya Mbak ya. Jadi dalam bahasa Inggris ada dua skills, productive skill dan receptive skills. Productive skills itu kemampuan yang kita sampaikan. Miss Ati, would you mind to mute your?
Sorry.
Thank you. So, productive skills itu speaking dan writing. Jadi ketika kita ngomong dan kita menulis, itu berarti kita sedang menghasilkan sesuatu. Dan receptive skills itu kemampuan yang kita terima, seperti reading, membaca, dan mendengar. Jadi sebelum kita berbicara dan menulis, kita butuh untuk mendengar dan kita butuh untuk membaca. Nah, masalahnya membaca teks bahasa Inggris dan bahasa Indonesia itu berbeda. Sekalipun kadang kita persoalannya adalah begini, misal di bahasa Indonesia saja, when we read a newspaper, sometimes we don't understand about that, or there is a difference when we read newspaper or when we read message. Anyone, have you ever undergone this condition? You read an article but you didn't understand about that. Ada yang pernah mengalami ini, misal baca satu artikel tapi tidak paham apapun, even it is in Indonesia, dalam bahasa Indonesia. Pernah nggak mengalami membaca teks tapi tidak tahu maksudnya apa? Ada yang bisa menjawab? Ada yang bisa share pengalaman tentang membaca teks?
This is we read in Indonesian text or English text?
In Indonesian first. I want you to tell your experience when you read Indonesian text but you face difficulties to understand that.
I think I never get it because I love reading. should be understand what I'm reading.
Okay, thank you. But sometimes when we read some scientific article, do you know scientific article, some text or some book that found in at school about science, about news, about political issues, sometimes it's hard for us to understand. Misalnya contoh-contoh di soal-soal yang scientific journals gitu kan, kadang kita kesulitan. Kenapa kita kesulitan? Karena sebenarnya the problem in learning language is not the strategy but the language itself. Jadi kadang kita tahu bahasanya tapi kita tidak paham maknanya, maka kita tidak tahu. So the first part that we have to know before we read is we have to understand the vocabulary, the meaning. So I really suggest you, if you find a new word while you're reading, please write the meaning. Any of you have the dictionary?
Sorry, Miss.
Do you have dictionary in your laptop or in your mobile phone?
Yes, Miss. We have.
Okay, good. What dictionary do you have? Do you have bilingual Indonesian English or English to English dictionary?
English to Indonesia to I have English to English, Indonesia to English, English to Indonesian.
Hey, that's good. I'm happy to hear that. So that's good start if you have dictionary. So every time you have a problem about the meaning, you can go to the dictionary and find the meaning. Now let's continue our class. So there are some reading strategies to save time. In this chapter, in these first chapters, the authors only introduce one. She only introduced one skills. This is scanning. But if you learn about scanning, you must also understand about skimming. That's why I introduced another skills. Reviewing the text to get an overview, skimming and scanning. So let me first start with what is it? Reviewing the text to get an overview. Reviewing the text to get an overview. Ada yang tahu artinya? Anyone knows the meaning? Previewing the text to get an overview. Jadi namanya aja preview. Preview itu berarti review itu kan mengulang. Preview itu berarti melihat dengan sekilas teks untuk mendapatkan gambaran secara utuh teksnya itu seperti apa. So what they said, previewing a text means that you get an idea of what is it about without actually reading the main body of the text. So before we read carefully the whole text, we already understand the main point or the main idea of the text. That's called preview. When to use it is to help you decide whether a book or journal is useful for your purpose, or to get a general sense of the article structure, to help you locate relevant information, to help you to identify the section that the text you may need to read and the section you can omit. So for example, in this case, you will buy a novel and you need to decide whether you will buy this one or not. So in this case, you need to overview in the book whether you can decide you will buy it or not. Or for example, you have to write a thesis. You have to write a thesis, then you will find a lot of theory. So before you dive in a text in a journal, you will overview all the text, so you can choose which journal is appropriate for you. And to preview, start by reading. So what should we do when we preview? First, we read the title and the authors in detail, the abstract if there is. Abstract is very important. Do you know abstract? Di sini ada yang pernah baca jurnal belum ya? Ada yang pernah baca jurnal?
Jurnal apa itu, Miss? Dulu waktu masih SMK, jurnal akuntansi pembukuan gitu, apa gimana?
Beda Mbak.
Jurnal yang seperti apa?
Nanti besok saya beri contoh jurnal itu seperti apa. Oke, berarti ini belum pernah ya. Jurnal akuntansi, jurnal akuntansi itu kan catatan keuangan. Nah, kalau dalam dunia akademis, jurnal itu adalah short research. Jadi orang membuat penelitian dengan berlembar-lembar, beratus-ratus halaman. Nah, puluhan dan ratusan halaman itu disingkat dalam mungkin 6 atau 10 lembar kertas. Nah, itu namanya jurnal. Jurnal itu laporan penelitian. Nah, di dalam jurnal itu ada namanya abstract. Abstract is the resume of the text of the research. So next time I will show you about an abstract.
So please upload in our group list so we can download it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Next meeting I will upload it in our group. Then read only the parts that jump out, that is main headings or subheadings, chapter summaries, and highlighted text. Examine any illustration, graphs, tables, or diagrams and their caption, as these usually summarize the content of large slab of text and the first sentence in each paragraph. So if we want to know the main idea, maybe sometimes we only read the first sentence of the paragraph. Namanya ide pokok. Masih ingat kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia dulu ide pokok itu ada yang induktif dan deduktif. Deduktif itu berarti depan, induktif itu belakang ide pokoknya. Jadi kita bisa mengetahui ide pokok dari sebuah teks dengan membaca kalimat di paling depan atau kalimat di paling belakang. So, yang pertama tadi overview. Jadi overview itu membaca dengan cepat. Jadi when we use these skills, we need speed reading. Ada satu term namanya speed reading. Let me write it for you. Speed reading. Speed reading means membaca cepat. Jadi this is one of skills that we need to have when we read some article in English. But we also can apply this when we read any text. And the next one is skimming. What I said, skimming involves running your eyes very quickly over a large chunk of text. Jadi menggerakkan mata kita dengan cepat di seluruh teks. It is different from previewing because skimming involves the paragraph text. Jadi kalau previewing tadi hanya membaca di sekilas cepat, tapi kalau skimming ini kita membaca per paragraf. Skimming allows you to pick up some of the main ideas without paying attention to detail. Jadi skimming ini membuat kita membaca setiap ide pokok tapi tidak terlalu detail. It is a fast process. A single chapter should take only a few minutes. Jadi nama lain dari skimming itu membaca cepat. When to use it? To quickly locate relevant section from a large quantity of written materials, especially useful when there are few heading or graphic element to gain an overview of text. Skimming adds further information to an overview. Jadi skimming adds further information to an overview. Jadi skimming ini kalau dibandingkan dengan overview itu lebih detail skimming. Nah, sekarang how to skim. Wait. Sorry. Wait a minute. I don't know what happened to this laptop. So let's continue. Sorry, that's my mistake. Maaf ya mbak, tadi ada kesalahan. So how to skim? Jadi bagaimana cara baca cepat? First, note any bold prints and graphic. Jadi ketika kita membaca cepat itu kita butuh memberi catatan khusus kepada setiap kalimat-kalimat yang penting. Start at the beginning of the reading and glide your eyes over the text very quickly. Jadi ketika skimming ini kita perlu menggerakkan mata kita dengan cepat karena namanya membaca cepat. Next, do not actually read the text in total. You may read a few words or every paragraph, perhaps the first and the last sentences. And the last one, always familiarize yourself with the reading material by gaining an overview and or skimming before reading in detail. Jadi sebelum kita membaca sebuah teks itu dengan detail, kita perlu overview dulu atau skimming. Next, scanning. What is it? Scanning is sweeping your eyes like a radar. Jadi seperti sweep, menyapu teks over part of text to find specific pieces of information. Jadi for example, ada sebuah teks, misalnya kita mencari definisi tentang, we are looking for a definition of stomachache, sakit perut. Nah, ketika baca teks itu kita akan mencari kata stomachache. Yang sakit perut itu yang mana? Now, when to use it? To quickly locate specific information from a large quantity of written material. Jadi, kapan kita menggunakan scanning ini? Sama. Scanning itu digunakan ketika kita membaca teks dalam jumlah yang sangat besar. So, to scan text, after gaining an overview and skimming, identify the section of the text that you probably need to read. Start scanning the text by allowing your eyes or finger to move quickly over the page. Jadi ketika kita membaca cepat itu, kita juga bisa menggunakan tangan kita untuk menuju setiap kalimat. As soon as your eye catches an important word or phrase, stop reading. When you locate information requiring attention, you then slow down to read the relevant section more thoroughly. Scanning and skimming are substitutes. Jadi scanning dan skimming itu bukan saling menggantikan for true reading and should only be used to locate material quickly. Jadi kita tidak bisa selama-lamanya setiap membaca itu dengan cara scanning atau skimming. Karena scanning atau skimming itu hanya digunakan untuk mencari ide pokok dengan cepat. Tapi kita tidak bisa terus-menerus menggunakan skimming dan scanning. Misalnya nih, waktu membaca PowerPoint saya, Mbak bisa menggunakan skimming atau scanning, tapi hanya untuk sesekali, hanya untuk di awal. Lalu untuk memahami dengan benar, baru dibaca pelan-pelan. Nah, contohnya ini, ada reading purpose, example from daily life, and example from academic work. So, I have two examples. The first one from our daily life, dari kehidupan kita sehari-hari, and the second one taken from academic work. Jadi kalau di dalam dunia pendidikan itu contohnya. For example, look for specific information when you know how to locate it by following a procedures. Jadi misalnya kita mencari informasi yang berkaitan dengan tahapan-tahapan. Kalau dari kehidupan sehari-hari, look up the meaning of a word in a dictionary. Misal cari kata di kamus, itu kan kita perlu baca cepat. Example from academic work, look for a particular reference in a reference list of an article. Mencari referensi dari artikel. Next one, search for specific information that may be somewhere a text. Mencari informasi-informasi yang details dari sebuah teks. Kalau dari kehidupan sehari-hari, contohnya adalah check particular details of an incident reported in a newspaper article. Jadi kalau kita baca koran, terus kita cari ini masalahnya terjadi di mana ya? Where the occurrence happened. So we need to use skimming and scanning to find the exact information that we need. Then check what research method the authors of a research report article used. Nah, ini kalau misalnya buat penelitian, kita mencari metode. Misal si peneliti menggunakan metode apa, we can use skimming and scanning. For example, the reading purpose is look quickly through a text to see what is it about before deciding to read it. Jadi memutuskan ini mau dibaca nggak ya. For example, from our daily life, see whether a magazine article will be worth reading. Jadi artikelnya ini dibaca nggak, perlu dibaca nggak, penting dibaca nggak. Jadi kita perlu skimming atau scanning dulu. See whether an academic article is going to be relevant for your task. Apakah satu penelitian itu pas nggak untuk tugas kita nanti. Read through an easy text where it is not important to remember all you've read. Jadi kadang kita perlu baca cepat karena tidak semua materi itu harus kita hafalkan. Nah, kadang kita butuh skimming dan scanning sangat penting ketika kita harus membaca. Misal, we read a novel. We do not need to memorize all of the words because we only want to know the story about how it flows. So, akan berbeda kalau kita membaca buku pelajaran dan membaca novel. Ketika kita membaca novel, kita akan membaca cepat. Tapi ketika kita membaca buku pelajaran, we will use repetence. We will repeat to read. Because we need to understand all of the materials. Example, we read a textbook chapter to revise a subject that you know well. Nah, ini dipakai kalau dalam akademik itu kita udah hafal, terus kita tinggal mengulang lagi, mengecek memori kita. Kita perlu dengan baca cepat. Read a text thoroughly to understand and remember what you've read. Read the instruction for booking and paying for a journey online. Or for the example from academic work, read a frontline text whose content is central to your task. For many reading purposes in academic work, you may have noticed that you use more than one strategy in sequence. Jadi kadang dalam hal akademik, kadang kita menggunakan tidak hanya satu strategi untuk membaca. For a particular text that turns out to be centrally important for your reading purpose, the sequence might be. Jadi untuk teks-teks yang penting, ini tahapan-tahapan yang perlu kita lakukan. Pertama, scan the title and abstract to see whether the text is likely to be at all relevant. Jadi kita perlu baca judul dan abstraknya dulu. Next time I will show you what journal it is, so you can see what is abstract. Scan through parts of the content to see whether particular details in the text confirm that it will be relevant. Jadi scan dari seluruh isi teks itu apakah informasi-informasi detailsnya itu relevan dengan judulnya. 3. Skim the text to gain an overview of its content and confirm how centrally relevant it is. And the last one, intensively read the whole text since it clearly is centrally relevant, so as to understand and evaluate its content in depth. Jadi setelah kita tahu judulnya, setelah kita tahu melihat secara keseluruhan bagaimana penjelasan teks tersebut, kemudian kita membaca intensif. Intensif itu berarti membaca dengan serius seluruh teks itu, membaca perlahan untuk memahami dan mengevaluasi teks itu secara mendalam. Nah, ada metode namanya SQ3R, survey, question, read, recite, and review. Survey means we look through the assignment and question, turn the headings in the question, and read to find answers, and recite, say the answers out loud, and review, write notes to answer the questions. Jadi ini metode yang paling penting. Nah, because we have some problem, only some of you already have the book. So actually I want to let you to discuss about some question in this scanning material. Jadi di sini ada banyak sekali soal-soal. Biasanya Mbak sering ngerjain soal-soal di buku nggak?
Iya, Miss, kadang bahas soal yang dari latihan itu.
Oke, good. Tapi masalahnya sekarang yang sudah punya buku baru 2 orang ya?
I think yes.
Uh-huh.
But you already shared the PPT in our the file in our group, right? So maybe some of them already downloaded. They can use digital actually. Yes. We got the digital already.
Yes, at the first one, the academic told me that we will use the digital book, but recently they gave me the manual book, the real book of Reading for.
Actually, use the digital is not too good to us. Not very good to us, Miss, because why? Because here is worker, so our boss don't let us to keep in touch handphone longer.
Yeah. I got it. So you can open your book while you are working.
Yeah. Sometimes when I send grandma to the hospital, I brought my book, so when I have to wait her, I can open. But when I open the cell phone, my grandma really don't like it.
Oh yeah, I got it. That's a good idea, I think.
Sorry. that's why I don't know why the central UT give us like this way. I don't know what they think about us. I here is worker. The boss will not allow us to keep touch to the phone at all.
I know that. Maybe I will ask about that. So it will be convenient for you to study if you have the real book. So how many of you have downloaded the books? Can you tell me how many of you already download the book?
I have both of them, digital and manual. I have digital.
So all of you already have the digital one.
Yes.
Okay, good. Can you open that book?
What page, Miss?
Page 4.
4?
No. 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4. There is a long text. The title is Cloud Browsing Again. (1.2), 1.3, and 1.4. The title is Cloud Browsing Again. Do you find it? Page 1.1 until 1.3.
Yes, miss.
Okay, good. Now we will use scanning. So scanning is sweeping your eyes over part of text to find specific pieces of information. Karena di sini ada beberapa soal. Let's read together. I know reading is very boring, but we have to understand about reading. Saya tahu kalau membaca itu membosankan, tapi kita harus membaca. Because if we do not read, we will not understand about anything. Kalau kita nggak baca, kita nggak akan paham apapun. Cloud browsing again. Now I give you 1 minute to read. Can you overview all of the text first? I give you 1 minute to read. Okay, just read from the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. The first 5 paragraph. The last sentence is, but when we arrive at the place and try to make things happen, we often end up frustrated. Baca sampai itu dulu. And let me know if you finish it. Sudah selesai, Mbak? Anyone finished reading the first 5 paragraphs? Hello? Sudah selesai, Mbak, bacanya? Okay, good. One student's finished. How about the others? And I want you to tell us about what do you read. Maybe in just 1 or 2 sentences. It's okay. One of you, each of you, everyone, I need you to explain to us what do you read. Anything. It can be 1 sentence or 1 word or 2 words. Just tell us what have you read. What have you read? Okay, and the first one, who will take the first turn? Siapa yang mau pertama menyampaikan? What have you read? Mungkin Mbak Zila sudah menyalakan mic-nya tadi. Jadi Mbak Zila wants to try first, or Mbak Sulinda, or Mbak Ike, or Mbak Eti.
About multimedia. About.
Okay, great.
Multimedia.
And do you want to add more? Mau menambah lagi? Is that enough? Only about internet media? Okay, that's good. Thank you. How about the others? I want to listen your voice. I want you to speak up because this is reading class, so you are not only read, but you can also speak up. Speak your idea after you read. That's the main point of reading. After you get the idea, you can deliver your message to others. Jadi setelah mendapatkan idenya, bisa menyampaikan pesannya ke orang lain. How about the others? Thank you, Mbak Zela. Thank you for your great answers. Hello, how about the other students? How about Miss Atik, Miss Ika? Would you mind to share what you have read? Okay, before you tell us about what you have read, what do you think about this article? Is it difficult for you to understand this article? Anyone want to speak up? Is it difficult for you to understand this article? Menurut Mbak, sulit nggak memahami artikel ini? I want to know your opinion. Saya pengen tahu pendapatnya Mbak. Anyone? Is it difficult for you to understand this text? I'm waiting for your response. Actually, when we reading is a habit. Membaca itu kebiasaan. So, if you find that the article is difficult, it's okay. For the beginner, the article is really difficult. So, how to overcome this problem? How to solve this problem? If this article is challenge you, bagaimana menyelesaikan ini kalau teksnya ini challenging, menantang. First, so before we read, we need to build a habit. Jadi sebelum kita membaca teks-teks yang sulit, kita perlu membuat satu kebiasaan. Reading is a habit. So if you want to understand, if you want to comprehend difficult text, kalau ingin memahami teks-teks yang sulit, we have to start it from the easiest one. Kita harus memulainya dari yang paling mudah. Di sini ada yang punya hobi membaca?
Baca novel, Miss.
Oh, baca novel, that's good. Is it in English or Indonesia?
Sometimes I read in English and sometimes I read in Indonesia.
Oh, that's good. What novel have you read?
I already read a lot of novels. Harry Potter and
Harry Potter? Did you read
Twilight.
that? Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. Did you finish?
I finished a long time ago.
Wow, that's cool. How about the others? Anyone have reading hobby? Ada yang punya hobi membaca? Selain Mbak Ika?
My hobby is reading, Miss.
Oh, that's good, Mbak Ate. What types of book do you read?
But reading starts mantan.
That's
I
cool.
more than lebih suka bahasa itu sih, Miss. Sometimes for the article I learn how to read in English words, but in the novel I like to read in Indonesia words.
Ah, that's cool. Thank you. How about Mbak Selinda? I think you want to speak because you already turned on your microphone. Yeah. Mbak Selinda, do you want to speak? or Mbak Sila?
I'm sometimes miss.
Sometimes you read? What
Yeah.
book do you read?
Some article and novel.
Ah, that's good. I'm happy to hear that. So since all of you established a reading habit, I will recommend you to read some children book. So this is what I learned when I was in reading class. So my teacher encouraged me to read. Jadi guru saya mendorong saya untuk membaca karena dalam teks bahasa Inggris there are so many English texts that we can choose. We can start from the easiest one. Kita bisa mulai dari yang paling gampang. So if your reading novel is difficult for you, don't give up. Jadi kalau membaca novel masih terlalu susah untuk Anda, jangan menyerah. Mulai dari yang paling gampang. Yang paling gampang itu apa? Cerita anak-anak. Ya, it's okay Mbak Sulinda. Can you read my screen? Ada bisa melihat PPT saya ini?
Small. Could you miss one?
Okay, that's good. So, I have a story, a very good story. This is a children's story. But it's okay. Even we are adult, but we also beginner. We are beginner in English, so we need to start from the easiest one first. Jadi meskipun udah anak-anak gede, tapi karena hitungannya juga masih pemula, mari kita membaca bersama dari buku cerita anak-anak, children's book. Jelas gak ya Mbak tulisannya?
Small, miss.
Can you read that?
Lonely again. Let me tell you a little secret. When I was a puppy of it, I often felt very lonely. Sometimes I have no friends.
The title is Never Lonely Again. One morning, Chestnut stayed in bed longer than usual. He didn't feel like getting up. There was nothing for him to do. And worst of all, he had no friends to play with. Kelihatan gak Mbak tulisannya?
Kelihatan, miss.
Okay, good. Silahkan dibaca dulu teksnya.
One morning, longer than Could we try to read one person of one person, so you can give correction to us whether we read properly or not, because not in here. So, kita kalau nggak di kelas ini, maka kita jarang banget belajar yang namanya baca Inggris, ngomong Inggris gitu, karena kan in our daily we are look after speaker of grammar, so we very seldom to speak out in English, spoken English.
Oh yeah, it's okay if you want to improve. If you need time to practice, you can read it carefully. You can read loudly. Kalau misalnya memang kesempatan untuk latihan membaca dengan disuarakan, nggak apa-apa, silahkan. Can I change into another page? next page. So this is the special about children's book. They have so many pictures, but only a few sentences. As a beginner, that's a good start. Sebagai pemula, ini awal yang sangat bagus. Jadi I really recommend you to read children book. Because this is reading class, so you need to read a lot. Nah, karena ini kelas reading, jadi kita perlu baca banyak, dan mulailah membaca dari apa yang Anda suka. Start from what do you like. Next text. Next page. Okay, next page. Next page. Next page. you read this book? Are you reading this book? Next page. Mbak Ike dari tadi typing a message ya, tapi nggak ada message masuk. No message come. Nah, okay. So, thank you for the idea. So, kita akan baca ini ya, teks ini ya.
Ya, Miss.
Okay. From the first page, can I ask Mbak Etik first to read?
Ya, Miss.
Okay, you first, Miss Etik.
One morning, she did not stay in the bed longer than usual. He did feel like getting up. There was nothing for him to do, and worst of all, he had no friends to play with. I might as well keep on sleeping.
Okay, good.
Himself. Suddenly, his whole house began to move and shake. An earthquake? Not so. And was awake right away.
Okay, great, thank you. So the next page, Baika.
But it was no earthquake. It was only Maurice, the author, who was playing with the branch of the chestnut tree.
Thank you, good. Next, Mbak Zila.
Are you crazy, chestnut?
Chestnut.
Making sack or later this early in the day. What's the matter? Repeated Maurice. Why cannot you come out and play? Pa, said Chestnut, who didn't want Maurice to know that he had no friends to play with.
Okay, back the first one. Mbak Etik. Yes, Mbak Etik turns.
I venture on. I think I know what your problem is, said Maurice. He dried his coat. You are just bored when you're on company. That happens to all of you at times. Have you ever wondered why we others are always so happy? Continued Maurice. It's because every new day we have make one new friend. Then you must have hundreds of friends. Not say Kelly. Oh, maybe even more than that, said Maurice. Come along, I will show you some of my balls. Not did believe Maurice for a moment, but he was curious enough to go along with him.
Okay, thank you. Next, Baika.
Look here, here are some of my friends, said Maurice, and she jumped into the middle of a page of flowers. But these are just brown flowers, cried Chestnut. They are not friends. Why not? Aren't they lovely with their nice smell? Look at them. They all seem to smile at us. Someone who smiles at me is my friend, insisted Maurice.
Okay, thank you. Next one. Mbak Stella?
Now let's try to catch a butterfly, Maurice said. They can be very friendly friends. Chestnut still thought Maurice had silly, but he liked catching butterflies. Whenever Maurice caught a butterfly, he immediately set it free again. We can't keep our friends look at us,
Lock up.
he said
Lock.
loud.
Lock. Lock.
Lock,
Lock itu terkunci. Lock up.
lock up,
Mhm.
he said loudly.
Laughing.
Laughing,
Laughing kayak laugh. Laughing menertawakan. Laughing. Okay, good. Next, Mbak Eti.
Then Maurice pointed to a row of rock leading across the river. These friends are more fun than a bridge. Chestnut wasn't quite sure.
Next turn.
As he climbed to the shore with his coat and tail dripping, Chestnut said angrily, I guess the water is also one of your friends. Of course, Maurice said with a laugh. No reason to be upset. Water can be fun. Come watch me.
Okay, thank you. Next.
I love water, said Maurice. It's cool and sprinkles me all over. Now Chestnut has a laugh. He laughed a little silly for having been so
Clumsy. Clumsy itu bodoh.
Clumsy after Maurice finished his hoverboard. The them were dripping wet. They soaked off some of the water and then Maurice ran up the hill and opened his arms wide. Now let's be friends. The wind dry our coach and
And in no time.
I know time they will dry again.
Next.
Let's be down in the sun over there, said Maurice. The warm sun felt good on their bellies.
Bellies. Belly itu perut.
Belly. I guess the sun is also a good friend to have. No, he's not. But he didn't say anything to Maurice. I'm getting hungry, Maurice said after a while. This time it was Chestnut who said, come with me. I know someone who will give us something to eat. You mean a friend? You bet. Loud.
Laugh.
And loud.
Laugh.
Loud.
Laugh.
Loud.
Laugh.
Loud.
Laugh.
Loud.
Laugh.
Tertawakan ya, Miss?
L-A-F. Laugh.
Loud.
Laugh. Bacanya laugh, bukan laugh, tapi laugh.
Laugh.
Bet. Laugh, ya. Menertawakan tuh laugh.
Loud. 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 Off the run.
Okay, good.
Off the run. Loud.
Chestnut saw Maurice an apple tree full of ripe red apples. I like your friend, said Maurice. And so do I, replied Chestnut.
Okay, thank you. The last one.
Then they watched the different course going by. The sun was getting low and it was time for them to return home.
Thank you everyone for reading this text. That's a wonderful voice. Okay, so what
Amazing story.
what do you think about this story? Do you enjoy this story?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Do you think is it easy for you to understand?
Yes. As a beginner, this is okay to us to read it.
Okay, if someone give you an option, you read this story or you read a novel, which one do you choose?
Sometimes in English, I'm starting to read children's storybook because it's no many difficult of vocabulary.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's what I did when I read. So before I read a lot of complex text, I just start from the first one, from the easy one, like this one, like this children book. So if you enjoy it, because this is reading class and you already have the book, maybe every week you can do at least one competencies and also read one children book. Can you access? Bisa nggak? Do you know how to access children book? Tahu nggak caranya mendapatkan bukuan anak?
Internet ya, Miss.
Yeah,
From internet,
you can download it. A lot of children book often there. A lot of free children book often there that you can download it.
We get it from research to Google, browsing.
Yeah. Do you want me to show how to browse it?
The link, give us the link maybe.
Wait, let me show you how to browse some. Okay. Can you see my Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
This is how you do it. Look, there are a lot of children books that you can download. For example, this one, you can read this online or you can download it for free for the PDF. There are Tanya Munson Adventure. There are 30 Tanya series. How high you can jump. Rhyming picture book. So you can choose any books you like from this. Look, there are a lot of interesting material for you to study. So if you find difficult to understand a text, you can start from reading this book. Let me show you. For example, Sam and Marzipan. I will read this online. Look, this is the book. Wow, it has a sound like a book, like a real book. That's fun, right? Menarik kan, Mbak? Jadi gampang kan?
Menarik.
Ya, Jadi nanti ada banyak cara sebenarnya belajar bahasa Inggris. Minggu ini saya ngajari, this week I teach you to read children book, and next week I will teach you another method. Silahkan dicoba ya.
Ya, Miss. Thanks, Miss.
Wait. Jadi, karena ini kelas reading dimulai dengan membaca. Supaya mbak-mbak punya kebiasaan membaca, I encourage you to read. Choose any children book you like. 1 week, 1 book, and find some Jadi kelas reading kita dimulai dengan kebiasaan baca buku ya. So we will start our reading class with a reading habit. First, choose any children book you like. Then 1 week, 1 book, and find some difficult vocabularies and also the meaning. So you can use any dictionary you have, and also write in your journal. So next time I will upload the template. What should you write in your journal? Because I want you to have a good reading habit so you can understand any types of text. And also I recommend you to answers. Jadi because in this book, the book that given from the UT, Central UT, each chapter they have at least 3 sections of question. So you can do this, and also they already provide the answer keys. Mereka sudah menyediakan kunci jawaban juga, so to check your understanding after you finish answering this question, you can check the answer keys, but don't open the answer keys first. If you open that first, that's not reading comprehension. Jadi hari ini kita belajar tentang scanning dan skimming, dan saya harap mbak-mbak menikmati ya kelas readingnya sampai nanti semester berakhir. Biasanya kalau di kelas yang datang berapa orang ya mbak? How many students usually come?
Sometimes 7 students, but last night we will attended in our class also of English. I don't this start this semester.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them haven't joined yet in our class.
So do we need to change the date because since some of you haven't come yet?
No need.
Okay, we
Have
do not
already
need to
arranged,
change.
yes. So
Okay.
I think we need to be our
Okay, thank you. Do you have any question about our class today?
So after we read the story children, can we get the point, the mind idea, so we can get it what we read just now?
Actually, for reading children book, you do not need
Yeah.
to understand
Yeah.
any main idea. The reason
Yeah.
why I introduce you to read children book is just to establish a habit. Because before you start reading complex text, you have to understand a lot of vocabularies. So that's a good start if you read children book. So maybe we just do it only for the first 3 weeks. You will read a children book, but after this we will focus on the text that provide in our textbook. Okay, I think this is the end of our class. I will upload this video and also upload the assignment that you need to answers. Thank you for joining this class. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for being active in my class. See you next week and have a nice day.
Have a nice day to miss. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Bye,
Can you
Yumi.
upload the PPT?
Yeah, I will upload the PPT soon.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, miss.
You're welcome. It's nice to have you in our class.